Jai Nitai, Jai Gaur, Shri Radhe. Welcome back to the Sri Radha Prem Bhikari channel, and today we're gonna be reading through Advaita Acharya's appearance, lila, and also a few of his other leelas. I'll be making a part 2 on this video, so stay tuned for that, and while you're here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Sri Advaita Acharya's appearance. Advaita Acharya appeared in the village of Navagram, near the city of Silhet, as the son of the Varendra Brahman Kuber Pandit and his wife Nabha Devi. On the 7th day of the waxing moon in the month of Magh, Kuber Pandit is identified in the Gaur Gannodesh Deepika with the original god Kuber, who was Mahadev's friend and leader of the Guhyakas. Kuber Pandit, a devotee of Narsingha, resided in the village of Navagram near Silhet in Bangladesh. He was a greatly fortunate follower of the path of devotion. He knew nothing other than the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. His devoted and faithful wife was named Nabha Devi. She is worshipable to the whole world, for she is the mother of Sri Advaita Prabhu. On the 7th day of the waxing moon in the month of Magh, the great ocean of joy overflowed. In that auspicious moment, the moon of Advait descended in the blessed womb of Nabha Devi. In his ecstasy, Kuber Pandit gave in charity to the Brahmans and the poor. He tiptoed to the birthing room, and his heart was filled with gladness upon seeing his son's face. All the villagers came running to his house and said to each other, "What pious works did this Brahman do that in his old age he has been blessed with such a jewel of a son?" The gods rained flowers without being seen. There is nothing with which this scene can compare. Ghanshyama sings of this great auspicious occasion when a joyous uproar rang around the earth. In the Gaudiya Vaishnava Abhidhan, Advait's birthplace is given as Laura Gram. It is also said that Advaita Prabhu left Laura to go live in Silhet and then from there moved to Shantipur. He also had a home in Navdweep. His full name was Sri Kamalaksh or Kamalkant Veda Panchana. His birth took place in 1434 Anno Domini, and he disappeared in the year 1559 at the age of 125 years. The home of Sri Advaita Acharya, Shantipur. Janma Mata's Diksha disciple, Nityanand Das, wrote in his Prem Vilas that Advaita Acharya's birthplace is to be found in Shantipur. He writes that Advaita studied the Ved and other scriptures with the scholar Shantacharya, who lived in the Fulabati section of Shantipur, and earned from him the title Acharya. Advaita Acharya's life has been described in several Bengali books, including Advait Mangal, Advait Vilas, and Sita Charitra. In the Advait Vilas, it is written, "The Lord remained on this earth for a century and a quarter, performing unlimited pastimes." Advaita Acharya's travels. When Kuber Pandit and Nabha Devi disappeared, Advaita Acharya went to Gaya on the pretext of performing the appropriate rituals of mourning, and thence continued on a pilgrimage tour of all of India's holy places. When he came to Vrindavan, he became absorbed in the worship of Sri Krishna. But through his meditation, he was able to understand that Krishna himself was about to appear in Navadvip. While on this pilgrimage, he came to Mithila, where he met the poet Vidyapati. This encounter is beautifully described in the Advaita Vilas. Advaita acharya finally returned from Vrindavan to Shantipur after spending several days in Navadvip. The people of Shantipur had been suffering from his separation for a long time and were extremely happy to see him back. Advaita Acharya had two wives. One was named Shri, the other Sita. In the Gaur Gannodesh Deepika, it is written that the divine Yogmaya took the form of Advaita's wife Sita, and that Shri is her Prakash expansion. Advaita Acharya also had two residences, one in Shantipur, the other not far from Srivasa's home in Navadvip, Mayapur. His heart was greatly pained at seeing that the people of the world were devoid of any devotion to the Supreme Lord, and were, as a consequence of which, greatly suffering the pains of material life. Overwhelmed with compassion, he began to teach the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, explaining that the purport of the scriptures was to engage in devotional service to Sri Krishna. At about the same time, Madhavendra Puri had a dream in which Govardhandhari Gopal commanded him to find sandalwood paste for deity service. Madhavendra then started out for Puri, taking the road through western Bengal. While there, he stopped at Advaita Acharya's house in Shantipur. Advaita Acharya became convinced to accept Madhavendra Puri as his guru when he saw his devotional ecstasies, even though he himself is an expansion of the Supreme Lord. He underwent the ritual of initiation from Sri Madhavendra Puri in order to demonstrate to the conditioned souls of this world about the necessity of accepting a spiritual master. Madhavendra Puri arrived in the house of Sri Advaita Acharya. When Advait saw Puripad's prem, he felt a deep inner joy, so he took care to receive the mantra from him, after which Madhavendra left to continue his voyage to the south. It is said that Mahaprabhu is the main trunk of the wish-fulfilling tree of devotion, as well as the gardener who enjoys and distributes the tree's fruits. Though the tree was planted in Navadvip, it grew in Purushottam Dham and Vrindavan, expanding into an entire orchard, producing many, many fruits of love. Madhavendra Puri is said to be the first seedling which eventually grew into this tree. Ishwar Puri was the nourished form of this seedling. Mahaprabhu, though himself the gardener, also became the tree's main trunk through his inconceivable energies. Advait and Nityanand were the two secondary trunks into which the main trunk divided. the cause of Sri Advaita Acharya's incarnation. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the main body of the devotional movement, and Advaita and Nityanand are the limbs. All three of them became incarnate along with Srivas and other devotees in order to preach devotion to Hari. All those who were senior to Gauranga appeared on this earth prior to him. Advaita Acharya appeared along with the other elderly members of Sri Chaitanya's retinue. And when he did so, he observed that the sinfulness of the age of Kali had reached a disturbing limit, and that the world was entirely devoid of devotion to Sri Krishna. He thought that a partial incarnation of the Lord would not be sufficient to completely bring about the welfare of the earth in this state. He thought the world will only benefit if the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna himself, descends to the earth. So he began to worship Sri Krishna's lotus feet with Ganga water and tulsi leaves, shouting and pleading to the Lord to become incarnate. With roars of love, Advaita Acharya showed his desire for the Lord of Golok to descend to the earth. He constantly offered water from the Ganga and tulsi manjaris while meditating on Sri Krishna's lotus feet, at the same time calling to Krishna with loud roars. This is the way he caused Krishna to descend. This then is the chief reason that Krishna Chaitanya became incarnate on this earth. He, who is the bridge of justice, descends at the wish of the devotee. Advaita Acharya dwelt in Shantipur. His body is the reservoir of devotional nectar and is not different from that of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya, whose spotless fame has filled the earth, was brought down to this earth by Sri Advaita Acharya. My Advait is not different from Gauranga, and his wife Sita is the mother of the universe. His roars brought Gauranga into this world, and then he glorified him everywhere. All glories to Sri Advaita Acharya, the most merciful, whose roars brought down Sri Gauranga. Whoever takes shelter of his lotus feet will obtain the great prize of love for Gaur. He constantly served Krishna with great enthusiasm, offering Ganga water and tulsi manjaris, absorbed in thoughts of Krishna. He worshipped him by roaring his name, the sound of which filled the entire universe, reaching up to Vaikunth. Lord Krishna heard the sounds of these roars of love and made himself visible to humanity, for he is controlled by his devotees. Prior to Srimad Mahaprabhu's appearance, Nityanand Prabhu also descended on the 13th day of the waxing moon in the month of Magh into the family of Hari Pandit and Padmavati in the village of Ekachakradham in Rarha, bestowing upon them the opportunity to serve him in Vatsalya Ras, parental love and affection. Meanwhile, 8 daughters were born to Jagannath Mishra and Shachi Devi, all of whom died before their son Vishwarup, Nityanand Prabhu's other self, took birth. Subsequently, on the full moon evening of the month of Falgun, the source of all avatars, Sri Gaurachandra, Gaura Hari, made his appearance. After the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sita Devi took Advaita Acharya's permission to come with gifts to Navadvip from Shantipur to see the most wonderful child. When she saw him, she blessed him by placing unhusked rice and durva grass on his head. Okay, so that was it for this part of Advaita Acharya's lila, and I'll upload a second part for it. Thank you for watching. Jai Nitai, Jai Gaur, Shri Radhe.